given what George's approaching death would entail for his firstborn. George and Georgie's automobile talk was both hilarious and poignant. Caution: there will be Young Sheldon Season 6 Episode 13 spoilers. The Big Bang Theory has long since shown how much George's death affected Sheldon, but Georgie must have suffered far more. As Young Sheldon's Season 6 Episode 13 made clear by having George's impending death hover over a tender moment. While the prequel Big Bang Theory show continuously demonstrated a more compassionate and empathetic portrayal of the Cooper father than the main series, slightly departing from what TBBT established, the Cooper's life will be significantly altered by George's death, making it unchangeable. Nevertheless, there's a chance that George's impending death will cast a pall over all of his encounters, particularly as it gets closer. The Big Bang Theory, however, never really addressed how the other Cooper family members handled George's unexpected death. Instead, it constantly focused on how Sheldon was impacted by it. The Cooper family's interactions would have been as important to young Sheldon as every character's connection with Sheldon, despite the fact that TBBD only utilized them to discuss Georgie's bullying of Sheldon. Young Sheldon is a program that revolves around families. Because of this, Young Sheldon is especially well suited to anticipate George's death by having George list all the things he hopes to do in the future even though spectators already know he can't, which adds a bittersweet element to George's relationships with his children. Missy's falsehood about her whereabouts allowed George and Georgie to talk about Georgie and Mandy's child. Their talk went dark as soon as George casually quipped, "I just can't wait till you're a dad." Georgie's hurried remarks regarding George's parenting and George's jabs at Georgie's recklessly confident attitude on fatherhood made their interaction humorous. What was only a jesting comment regarding Georgie's skills, considering the difficulties he will face from George and Georgie, served as a reminder to viewers that George will not see Georgie's parenting. Since George's death is drawing near in Young Sheldon, George will likely see Georgie with his infant daughter, but he won't like seeing Georgie struggle to raise a teenager. The harmless discussion provides Young Sheldon an opportunity to draw attention to the tiny things that will be lost after George passes away, even though it is little compared to what Mary, Missy, Sheldon, and particularly Georgie would have to deal with following George's death. George's passing will undoubtedly cause the Coopers to suffer a great deal of loss. However, it will also deprive them of the simple pleasures and things in life when George is unable to make fun of his children. In The Big Bang Theory Season 11, Episode 23, Georgie's account of George's aftermath highlighted how tough that time was for him since he had to look after Mary and Missy while Sheldon was away, attempting to be strong for everyone. Georgie's emotions and the experiences he will never have will be affected by George's approaching death in Young Sheldon. However, in addition to taking on the job of the head of the family and looking after everyone else, Georgie will miss out on George's assistance and support in raising his and Mandy's kid. Young Sheldon had previously portrayed George as a loving father, so if he could have assisted Georgie in overcoming her challenges as a parent, he would have done so. In Young Sheldon Season 6, Episode 13, George and Georgie basically agreed that while Georgie's new duties would make George's death more painful, it will also deprive him of a helpful and supportive father. The significance of George's death is revealed, which depresses Georgie's Big Bang Theory plot and his Young Sheldon destiny.